What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon, DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and right now I'm about to announce the results of the YouTube comment section vote. Now, a lot of people voted. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go through every single show that was requested, and I'm going to give you guys the number of people that voted for that show. Before I go ahead and get into it, I just want to address some things that were rather funny in the comment section. Okay, first of all, I do want to say something real quick to fix any confusion. There are some shows out there that have a lot of episodes, and early on I did make a rule list that said that you should only have so many episodes because I don't want to invest an entire year dedicated to just one show. So I figured what I can do is there's a workaround. So I can do a reaction to specific seasons. Not something that you recommend, of course. If I do a season, it would be season 1, and then season 2, season 3, in chronological order like normal. But I will do a reaction to just one season, and then the seasons after that will have to be voted in just like the other ones. Now, there will be exceptions. Series like The In-Betweeners, which only has 6 episodes, I will do reactions to 2 seasons. If it's more than 12 episodes, then it depends on how far. If it's just like 13 or 14 episodes, fine, I'll do that. But after the 14th episode, the next season has to get voted in just like the first season did. So that way, it'll give other shows a chance to be voted in and have a chance to get, reacted to within my lifetime. So I don't want to dedicate an entire, because one of the shows, for example, that was recommended was Doctor Who. I am not going to do an entire sit-through of the entire series of Doctor Who. It's not going to happen. My show would be 10 years, or not my show, my reactions would be 10 years in the future, and I'd still be like finishing up on a series. So I'm gonna only do seasons at a time. So whatever show wins, if it's 12 episodes or more per season, I'm gonna do one reaction, or I'm gonna do a reaction to one season. After that, the next season is gonna have to get voted on. Now, with that being said, I also wanted to say, this is funny too. There's a lot of people in the comment section that were actually, I don't want to say talking shit, but they were addressing other people's recommendations and other people's votes in a negative way because they didn't want to see me do a reaction to their requests. Just know, for those of you that did that, I want to say like half of you might have actually, not only did you not have an effect on the results of the poll, you might have had the opposite effect of what you wanted. Because when I was doing this poll, first of all, there were 713 requests, so that was a lot of requests from me. I was only expecting 300, so the fact that they got to 713, I appreciate it. And because it was that many, I was just going. I was on autopilot. I wasn't reading through all the comments. I wasn't reading through the full comment. I was just looking for the name of the show, and I would mark it down as a vote. So you can imagine, for those of you that were out there saying, oh, you shouldn't do a reaction to this, just know all I saw was this, and I put the vote down. So if you told me not to do a reaction to a certain show, if you left the show's name in the comment, chances are I might have marked it down as a vote. And that's because, like I said, I ain't got time to be stopping and reading comments and stuff. I didn't catch this until after I got like halfway done with my vote count. So there's going to be some people in there that didn't want to see one thing that actually voted for what they didn't want to see. So I thought that kind of funny. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go into this. I'm going to start off with the least voted shows, and I'm going to work my way up until I get to the top voted shows, or the top 4, which, like I told you, is going to be the ones that move over to my Twitter page, which, by the way, follow me on Twitter. You'll find the link to my Twitter in the description box down below. If you want to cast your vote in the final poll, which that's going to determine what the actual show I react to is going to be, go follow me on Twitter and cast your vote. Now, with that being said, let's jump into this. So the shows that only got one vote. These are the shows that only got one vote. No particular order. I'm just going to name them off. Let's see. We have Phoenix Nights. We have Spaced. We have Life on Mars. We have End of the Fucking World. We got That Mitchell and Webb Look. I'm sorry. Are You Being Served? We have Nighty Night. We have Phone Shop. I'm sorry, my stomach is growling. I didn't eat anything, and I've been working on this thing for a long time. I'm dressed up right now because I'm about to just run out and grab something to eat as soon as this is over. Let's see. We got Phone Shop. We got Sex Education. We got Benidorm. We got Big Mouth. Josh. Being Human, the UK version. I don't know if there's another version. It just said the UK version on it. League of Gentlemen. We have Starters. We have Walking Dead. We have Inside Number 9. 8 out of 10 Cats Countdown. We have The Sopranos. Jonah from Tonga. Whitechapel. Stranger Things. Max and Patty. Bad Robots. Dead Set. Life's Too Short. Camp. Man Down. Actually, now that I think about it, Man Down actually had 3 votes. Whatever, I accidentally said Man Down. That's on the 3 vote one. Marco Polo, Black Seals, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. I'm sorry if I butcher some of these names. As you know, I'm an American and I'm not familiar with a lot of the names of these shows. So you can make fun of me in the comments all you want. Just know that you're picking on somebody that has a handicap. Don't do it. It makes you a bad person. The U.S. version of The Office, QI, SAS Who Dares Wins, Sons of Anarchy, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Scam, or SKAM, The Young Ones, Celebrity Juice, that sounds ugh. Once Upon a Time, Babe Station, Fleabag, The Royal Family, People Just Do Nothing, Sick Note, Flight of the Conchords, The Mighty Bosch, or Boosh, Seinfeld, Gimme Gimme Gimme, Arrested Development, The Big Liz Show, or Big Les Show, Top Boy. No, never mind. That was something else. Well, Top Boy was it. I was looking at something after that. Lemmy Show, The Detectorist. Again, sorry for the mispronunciation. Trailer Park Boys, Cuckoo. And that's it for the shows that only got 1 vote. Now, for those of you that had those shows recommended, again, just because it wasn't recommended doesn't mean it's a bad show or anything like that. It just means that there are people that had other choices. Some people voted for multiple shows, but because I'm not sure if I said that in the original video, but just know, whatever, if you did multiple requests, I'm only going for the first request. So if you had a comment that had multiple shows in it, I went for the first one that was listed, and the rest of them were irrelevant. Just know that. Let's see. The shows that got 2 votes. Sick of It, Rick and Morty, Outnumbered. Let's see. Recommend, Brass Eye, This Country, Freaks and Geeks, Bo Selecta, Alan Partridge. It was a longer title to it, but the first person that recommended just said Alan Partridge, so that's what I put on there. And that's it. So those are the shows that got 2 votes. The next ones are the shows that got 3 votes. So this would be Would I Lie to You, the Napoleonic Wars on Epic History, the Ali G Show, Man Down. That's where Man Down should have been. Let's see. 2 pints of lager, and I believe it was something chips. I just put half of it down because it was a long title. For those of you that y'all know what it is, if you recognize it. The Thick of It. Fawn Jacker, Derek, and I think that is all. Yeah, so that's all for 3. Now, shows that got 4 recommendations or 4 votes were, let's see, let me go through the list. Dairy Girls, or Dairy Girls, I'm not sure how you would pronounce it. Young Offenders, Doctor Who, White Gold, and Taskmaster. Okay, so that's 4. The shows that got 5 recommendations or 5 votes, I'm gonna say votes from now on. That would be, let's see. That would be Black Book or Black Books. And I think that's all. Now, I'm going through this because it's not in any type of order what I listed in. I was only going off of what like the first vote I saw. So it's not in like order based on number of votes or alphabetical order or whatever else. So I gotta like look. I gotta go through each individual entry and look. Let's see. Shows that got 6 or more recommendations. That would be Plebes, Bottom, Afterlife, Top Gear, Extras, and that's all. Shows that got 7 or more votes would be, not 7 or more votes, but 7 votes would be nothing. 7's supposed to be the lucky number, and nobody recommended something 7 times. That is amazing. 8. Let's see, do I have an 8? Do I have an 8? Do I have an 8? No, 8 would be off too. So 9, let's see, 9. Which shows have 9? Okay, we have some that have 9. Good. Finally, Only Fools and Horses, Skins, Blackadder, and that is all. So the reason I'm doing this is because I want you to know what type of community you're also in. So this way you'll get an idea of what the taste of most of the people that are in the community are. And also, if you, let's say you wanted to vote for one thing, but you thought maybe it didn't have a chance of winning, now you have an idea of how many people actually support it. So if it is something that's kind of popular, maybe next time when it gets over on Twitter, if it's one of the top 4, then you'll be more enthusiastic to cast your vote because like, okay, well now it has a chance of winning. So let me go ahead and double down on it. Shows that have 10 or more votes. So this is the shows that broke the double-digit mark. That would be Faulty Towers. I think that might be it. Faulty Towers, I think, is the only one that got 10 votes. Now, 11 votes would be Fresh Meat, and I think that's it. So Fresh Meat was the only one that got 11 votes. 12 votes. Is there anything with 12 votes? 12 votes. 12 votes. No, nothing with 12 votes. 13 votes would be nothing. Nothing with 13 votes. 14 votes, we have 1 with 14 votes, and that is Still Gay. 15 votes, we have nothing, I believe. 16 votes, we have at least 1. 16 votes, and that is, oh, wait a minute, hold up. We have 2 with 16 votes. That is Little Britain and Gavin and Stacey. So Little Britain and Gavin and Stacey are the only 2 that got 16 votes. 17 votes, we have, let's see, nothing with 17 votes. Nothing with 17 votes. 18 votes, we have at least 1, and that is Bad Education. Bad Education got 18 votes. 19 votes would be, looks like Misfits hit 19 votes. I don't see anything else. Okay, 20 votes. So now we're starting to get into the point where only a handful of shows managed to get this many votes or more. So, matter of fact, let me do a countdown to see what order this is. So, 1. I might chop this part out. Okay, I chopped out that part. So now I know the top 5. So in place number 6 with 20 votes is Father Ted. So Father Ted hit 6th place with 20 votes. In place number 5, let's see, what was it? It was place number 5 with 24 votes is the UK version of Office. So that was with 24 votes. Okay, now for the top 4 shows that are going to move on to the Twitter poll to see what show I'm going to react to. So all of the shows that I listed, they didn't make the cut, but just know again, just because you didn't make the cut doesn't mean that your show was bad or anything like that. It just means that more people voted for other shows. Again, there were people that voted multiple shows, but because I was only going for the first one, that's all that mattered. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So top 4, in place number 4, we have, with 42 votes, Come Fly With Me. So Come Fly With Me is going to make it to the Twitter poll with 42 votes. In place number 3, with 60 votes, was It Crowd. So It Crowd is going to be one of the shows that move on to the Twitter poll as well. In place number 2, now this is where it jumps up. So the last place, place 3 was with 60 votes. Place number 2 with 126 votes was Friday Night Dinner. So Friday Night Dinner hit place number 2 with 126 votes. It'll be moving on to the Twitter poll, just like all the other ones. And finally, with the most votes of any show recommended on this list, if you haven't been paying attention, you should know what the show is by now because it's all over the comment section. This show has 152 votes. Now, it was a minute where Friday Night Dinner did pass it for a second, but then it started getting a roll and all the votes just came in. And that is, with 152 votes, Peep Show. So Peep Show is the leader going into the Twitter poll. Now, if you have a show on that top 4 that you want to really see, and maybe you don't want to see any of the other ones, then now's your chance to get enthusiastic and go and vote on Twitter, on my Twitter page on the poll. Whatever wins that is going to end up being the total winner. So again, the 4 shows that are going to end up on the poll are going to be It Crowd, Friday Night Dinner, Come Fly With Me, and Peep Show. So those are going to be the ones that you vote on. Just know that the poll that I'm going to have on my Twitter page is going to last a week. So I'm going to post it up after about a week's time. Whichever show happens to be the number 1 show coming out of that poll is going to be the show I do a reaction to. And there you go. Also note that just because a poll wins the most popular vote, now this is pretty much rules, so you better pay attention to it. If a show wins the popular vote and I go on to do a reaction to it, if the show isn't something that interests me after 2 episodes, so I will give it 2 episodes to catch my interest. If it doesn't pull me in after 2 episodes, I will move on to another show. Now, that doesn't mean that the show was bad. It doesn't mean the show sucks. None of that. Because sometimes people take rejection personally. If I choose not to continue the show, it is because it's something that didn't interest me. Now, it doesn't mean it was a bad show. Like I said, I wasn't interested in Seinfeld when I first tried to watch that. I've tried. I wasn't able to get into it. Doesn't mean it's a bad show. As a matter of fact, most people would consider Seinfeld to be one of the greatest shows of all time. It's just something that wasn't interesting to me. So don't get dejected if something does get rejected. It's wrong. I might make that a motto on this channel. Don't get dejected if something gets rejected. I do still have the TV show that I will choose myself to do a reaction to. I've already told you guys that the next show that I do, or not the next show, but the show that I will likely be doing simultaneously with the winner of this show, I don't know if it'll come out the exact same time, but at some point during this recommended show's lifespan, I will introduce a second show I do a reaction to. That is 100% my choice. I will choose what that show is, and right now the choice is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I'm planning on doing it from season 1 all the way to season 7. I don't know if I'm gonna do it all at once, but I will be checking out Star Wars: The Clone Wars because that's a show that I've really been meaning to get into. So there will be 2 types of shows, the ones that you guys recommend and the ones that I choose for myself. Now, with that being said, go to that comment, or not the comment, go to the link in the description box down below that will take you to my Twitter page, and be on the lookout for the poll. By the time this video comes out, the poll should be popping up on my Twitter page. It should be active right now. Go over there and cast your vote. Yeah, and again, don't talk. I keep saying don't talk mess. Don't try to get in the way of somebody else casting a vote. Just because somebody likes a show that you might not like, it doesn't give you the right to go and attack them or say that their choice is stupid or anything like that, because everybody has the right to choose what they want to have me react to, and you trying to bully somebody off of recommendation isn't going to have a good effect. As a matter of fact, it's likely to have the opposite effect. Not only will it get you banned, but it'll get the other show a possible vote. Because again, if I'm not paying attention and I just see the name of the show, I'm going to vote. Or I'm not going to vote, but I'm going to put the vote down for a vote. And with that being said, I'm Devon DaVinci. I hope you guys enjoyed this. you haven't been enlightened now, if you haven't been enlightened by now, you should be. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the deuces, and I look forward to seeing what you guys think about these requests, and I look forward to seeing what you guys vote for in the Twitter poll. I'm gonna give you the deuces, and I'm signing out. Deuces.